Greetings, gentle viewers. Today I have a question for you. How do you write something that is both simple and thought-provoking? I'm going to be talking about a series called Assassination Classroom, where an octopus-like tentacle monster threatens to destroy the world. This might not seem too obscure, as tentacle monsters in Japanese media like to go hand in hand. At least depending on how far down into the Japanese deep web you go on a regular basis. The interesting desire that this being of sliminess has, however, is to become a teacher for a dead-end classroom at a prestigious private school, the students of which have now been tasked by their government to kill this depravity-inducing monstrosity before his preset time to make the world go all explodey-like. Now you'd think that 30 people would be able to get together and rally and be able to kill this one being before anything really horrible happens. Unfortunately for them, this being can move at speeds of Mach 20. And should he desire, he could probably break all of their bones before they could even blink. But he's not going to do that because he is their teacher, and as such, has no desire to harm his students. Now that's generally the entire show thus far. Various assassination attempts are made by the students of the classroom with varying degrees of success and failure. The problem with a show like this is that while individual scenarios are not predictable, a large part of the show so far is. Every assassination attempt between the first episode and the last, though possibly the second last, depending on how much they want to change things, will end in failure. You can't kill off the thing by the end of the show, otherwise there will be no show. This is a basic law. So then, the enjoyment must be not in seeing a successful assassination, but watching continual failures with the hope of learning at least just a little bit about their target so that when an assassination is successful, you can easily understand why. In that way, thus far, the show is indeed enjoyable. It's just some plot-related things and how the characters act in some situations that bug me. Over the course of the first 3 episodes, or in other words, how far I actually watch a series for a first reaction such as this, no character bothers to ask about Koro-sensei's origins. Now, when we do finally learn about these origins, and I hope we do, the students should be able to take that and turn it into some method to hopefully figure out how to kill this thing. Now, this is all not to say that there isn't some semblance of investigation going on. One of the students, a boy named Nagisa, spends a good chunk of his time analyzing the behaviors and abilities of Koro-sensei to give him better insight in general. But what I see as a potential problem, though, is how the show ends up dealing with multiple characters. The intro very much likes to point out just how many students are in the class, and does not focus on any of them more so than any of the others, which might become a problem later on as there are just too many characters to have proper arcs for each of them. What will most likely happen is that the show is going to stick with Nagisa, with the rest of the class kind of just being along for the ride, except for maybe individual assassination attempts that they are the main focus of that inevitably, fail. Speaking of course, there is immense speculation on how Koro-sensei will inevitably be killed. My 2 cents? He probably won't be. We have yet to see any motivation as to why he wants to blow up the planet, or why he has decided to become the student's teacher. In the first episode, there was a hint that he is doing this because of a woman he was previously close to. Perhaps she was a scientist that helped examine him when Earthlings, or not that he isn't an Earthling, but humans discovered him for the first time, or perhaps she was a scientist in some way around when he was created. And because the motivations behind his supposed plan to destroy the world has yet to surface, there is of course the possibility that before the end of the show he will change his mind. Now, why would he change his mind? The students. There is also the possibility that he will decide not to blow up the planet as a reward to his students for doing well. Because for whatever reason, while dodging bullets left and right, he is, as the students themselves admit, the best damn teacher any of them have ever had. He wants the students to succeed for whatever reason, and a very real roadblock to that is the students' own motivation. Why learn anything when they're all gonna die at the end of the year anyway? So an answer to that might be them being able to save the world through good grades. Now that I say that, it's not the most engaging and possibly even interesting story, but it's a possibility, so we can't rule it out just yet. Bottom line, does Assassination Classroom pass a 3-episode test to make me actually interested in it enough to watch beyond 3 episodes? Yes. Though I will admit there is a large possibility of me actually stopping watching the show until it is finished. because to me it does not seem like the kind of show that I would enjoy watching on a weekly basis. Though when I think about it, I might just, you know, start following it as the dub ends up coming out, because that's a thing I can do now! We're in the future, and I can do this. It's amazing. So what did you guys think about Assassination Classroom, or Ass Class, as some people like to refer to it as? Let me know down in the thing, stuff, and the, you know, the place that's down in that direction. Though please, for the mental well-being of myself and other people who potentially will be watching this video, avoid spoilers from beyond episode 3 and from the original material if you happen to be privy to that. Those of us who care about such things will be eternally grateful. And if this video has piqued your interest, Assassination Classroom is available from Funimation on their website in sub for free, with the exception of course, the most recent episode, which is behind their subscriber paywall. The show is also part of Funimation's broadcast double lineup for this season, and is part of their advertised Double Talk block every Wednesday night, so you can go and check out that thing. The show overall has my tentative recommendation under the hope that the ending will end up being as awesome as the beginning has been. Or at least livable. And by livable, I mean enjoyable, and by enjoyable, I mean I don't hate it with the passion of 1,000 billion trillion burning suns that are ad-libbed into this video, because I can't remember how I'm supposed to end this sentence. Also, if you haven't noticed, I haven't done a video like this for a while, so if you like this kind of thing at all, or have a suggestion of how I should possibly make it better, or perhaps a suggestion of what I should talk about next, let me know and we'll see what happens. So until next time, ladies, gentlemen, and others, stay frosty.